Welcome, everyone. You are about to embark on a journey through the universe as you indulge in this extraordinary essence of enlightened, empowered, evolved. Let the show begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Just in time. Greetings, everyone. I'm Luke Bryan Smith, and welcome to Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved, where we educate, motivate, and liberate you through enlightening dialogues, empowering music, and evolving content. I am excited again because my next extraordinary guest is an ethical non-monogamy coach, sex goddess, and holistic sex educator with over 16 years of personal and professional experience in the ENM community. She is the founder of organiclovin.com, the largest Black-owned organic intimacy shop, and a passionate advocate for holistic sexual wellness and unapologetic sexual freedom. She is a renowned figure in the media, featured in Cosmopolitan, Conde Nast Traveler. Did I say that right?
Conde Nast Traveler.
Conde Nast Traveler, Men's Health, Oprah Daily, Women's Health, and more. And there's a whole lot more I could say, but we'll get into it. Without further ado, allow me to introduce to you Taylor K. Sparks. How are you doing today, Taylor?
Hi, Luke. I'm wonderful. How are you? Thank you so much for having me on.
Absolutely. And before I proceed any further, I just want to say that I am a firm believer that time is one of our most precious assets. And for you to decide to spend a moment of your time with me in the history of your timeline on Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved, I just want to extend my sincerest gratitude to you. Thank you for being here this present moment.
Oh, thank you so much. I love that. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Now, look, let's just dive right into it. First of all, I just want to highlight the fact too, because this I like to always highlight that I connect with people from around the world, and it's no different. You're in Spain right now. What part of Spain are you from again? I mean, are you in?
I'm I'm in Malaga. I'm in Costa del Sol, the southern part, the southern region.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing. This technology that we're able to speak with each other, you know, and yeah,
True,
that's
true.
amazing. But let's just get right into it, Taylor. Ethical non-monogamy coach, sex goddess, holistic sex educator. Maybe those are all different, but give us a little insight, clarity on what those are, what those entail, and how kind of like a buildup as to how you got there.
I got here in the oddest way. My background, I'm certified both in holistic aromatherapy and human behavior. So for several years, I was a corporate trainer with a focus on communication, negotiation, management, leadership, conflict resolution. I did that for several years, all throughout the United States, for many different companies, working as a contractor and for myself. Shortly after that, I had launched a skincare for athletes company.
Mm,
I developed a line of 16 head to toe care organic body products
right.
for elite endurance athletes. So we sponsored marathons, triathlons, triathletes, marathoners. We actually sponsored 5 different Olympic athletes, both winter and summer.
Right.
And I did that for about 7 years.
Wow.
I ran my first marathon when I was 40, and this all happened within my marriage. So I was married for 25 years, and 12 years into my 25-year marriage, we decided to open up our relationship
Oh,
into
okay.
ethical non-monogamy. And
Wow.
it was my idea.
Wow.
People usually think it's the man's idea, but it was my idea. My husband's like, "We're gonna do what now?"
Wow.
What, is this a trick question? Because you're just trying to get me to admit that I might want to, be with someone else so you can divorce me. Like I don't know what's happening here, but
Right.
we ventured on that journey, and then we started traveling to adults only resorts and adults only
Mm,
cruises.
okay.
We started producing our own events,
Wow.
and then we met a couple, Pepe and Claudia Aguirre. They own Luxury Lifestyle Vacation Club.
Mm,
We met them at our events overlapped, and they were like, "Hey, you guys could be affiliates of ours and sell into our events." and they did luxury adults only events.
Wow.
So we started working with them, and then I also started working with Claudia separately because she used to do retreats for women with cancer. She's a breast cancer survivor. So we started working together, and then they hired me to do a private label line of organic sensual body washes and massage oils.
Oh, wow.
So I developed this line for them. And then when we went to launch it, we had no place to sell it because they had a travel agency and I had an organic skincare company for athletes. So while traveling with them, I saw that on different cruises and at different events, the products that the people were selling were very chemical based. And because I believe in, organic products, I was like, these lubes and things are just not good for people, knowing what I know about skin as an aromatherapist. So with a little bit of love, support, and money from LLV, I launched Organic Lovin'. I started with their 4 products, right? So I no longer manufacture now. I'm a reseller. So I started with their 4 products, but now we carry over 1,600 products. We represent more than 230 brands and we ship worldwide. So
Wow,
I
congratulations.
sunsetted my skincare for athletes company and then I started, because I did corporate training, I knew adults learn best with humor. So I started developing seminars in order as a way to introduce the products to people in a very fun way. So my very first seminar, um, I can't use the P word, but I'm going to say how to make good loving better.
Right, right,
But
right,
it was the woman's body part. And people were like,
right.
hey, that sounds like fun. They come running to the seminar thinking they're going to learn some new technique. And I'd be like, this is why you should use organic lube. And this is why you should use vegan condoms. They're like, wait, what? So
Right,
I
right.
educated them in a really fun way. So I have about 7 or 8 different types of seminars I present now on adults on the cruises,
Mm,
sex conferences and expos, swinger conferences, hotel takeovers,
wow.
all around the world I have been. I think in the last 14 years, I think I've been on 22 different cruises.
Mm,
So these cruises are actual full takeovers that the producers of these events charter. So some of the cruises have as many as 4,000 people on them, and some of the luxury ones that LLV produce are more anywhere between 600 and 1,000 people.
right.
We've cruised from Rio de Janeiro to Argentina, Stockholm, Sweden to Amsterdam, Alaska.
Amazing.
Last February, they cruised Antarctica. We've cruised Tahiti, the Tahitian Islands. We're doing Fiji next year. We're doing Montreal to Boston later on this year. So it has been exciting and fun to be able to educate people in a way to help them to not only, improve their sexual health and wellness, but also to enhance their sex life. I think almost all of the events I'm on are for couples only. So
Mm, mm,
I'm talking with the couples about not only their physical health but also their emotional health.
right.
I do several seminars on relationships, on communication, on emotional management, things like jealousy, insecurity. And as an ethical non-monogamy coach, I coach individuals, couples, throuples, which are like 3 people in a relationship,
Right,
polycules, which may be 4 or 5 people in a relationship.
right.
And I don't teach people how to be ethically non-monogamous.
Hmm.
What I teach is how to be a better communicator,
Right.
how to manage your emotions, how to set and respect other people's boundaries. You see,
Okay. Yes, that's
um,
important.
so it's not so much teaching ethical non-monogamy, and the things that I teach would benefit anyone in any type of relationship.
Right,
So,
right.
so that's how I got here.
Wow, absolutely amazing. And thank you for that insight and that clarity. And you mentioned some beautiful places that I started to picture as you were saying it, because
No.
I want to go to those places. I travel a lot, and
Mhm.
2 months ago got back from the Maldives. So yeah, I
Oh, I
especially
haven't been there
oh
yet.
yeah, I highly recommend an island. It's very small, called Degali. the Gali
Mm,
Maldives. It's,
wow.
it's made up of several islands out there in the Indian Ocean. And this one
Mm-hmm.
here, and I think most of them have their own resort that on the island. So this island here only
Wow.
has the one resort, right? It's made up, yeah, the whole island. So the rooms surround the island, and it's just beautiful. Just the water is like
Wow. I heard
shallow.
good things.
The water is like shallow out to like 50 to 100 yards, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you can walk
Wow.
out into the
Wow.
ocean and see all these beautiful, fish and things. So it was an
I'm closer
amazing
now. I'm closer to the Maldives now, but I don't know if I can
Maldives.
get there now with the war going on because
Yeah,
they'd
maybe
have to
not.
fly
Maybe,
all around all of that craziness.
yeah,
But
probably.
I just,
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No.
I just got back from Morocco. So that's my 33rd
Ooh.
country.
Ooh.
So from Malaga, the flight to Marrakesh is an hour and 5 minutes wheels up.
Wow.
Or you could drive down the coast to, uh, I think it's Tarifa, right past the Rock of Gibraltar, and get on the ferry. And the ferry is only an hour to Tangier,
Mm,
right across the strait. So
wow.
my girlfriend was in town from North Carolina,
Right.
and we flew to Marrakesh, and we did a 3-day tour. And we did Marrakesh, Casablanca,
Mm.
Rabat, Fez, and then the Blue City, all in 3 days. So the tour like included the hotel stays overnight
What's
in
the
the
Blue
cities that we
City?
stayed overnight. Chef Chuan is what it's called. So it's called the Blue City because almost all the buildings are painted blue, and
Blue.
the walkways are painted blue, and
Right.
it's
Yeah, they have
so
a place
it is a
in
go ahead.
Greece as well that has, well, it's not all blue. It's like blue and white in Greece.
That's Santorini. I've been to
Santorini, yes.
Santorini. It is
Yes.
just like it looks on the postcard. So that's all white
Right.
with blue tops.
Blue
I'm gonna
tops.
see if I can pull up a picture. This is the actual streets are like this is one of the places I was standing.
Oh,
Whoops.
wow. It's all blue. Yes. Are there any Smurfs
Like
over there?
no, there's no Smurfs over there. Oh, you did not go to the Smurfs.
Yeah.
But there's only one way in. We ran into this. There's only one way in and one way out
Oh,
of the
wow.
Blue City. I'm
Wow.
trying. I had a like even the. Hold on. Good gracious. Go back. Stop. Like even the.
Oh, yes, I can
Oh,
see it.
wait.
Yeah, right there. There you go.
Hold
Yeah.
on. Hold on.
Yeah, I can see it.
So the doors are all different shades
Oh,
of
yeah,
blue.
that's beautiful. See.
It's
That's why
just
I love traveling. That's why I see you
it
it.
is, but there is only one way in and out of that city, and it is. I had a tag on it. Come on, come.
Beautiful, beautiful pictures. Oh yeah, see, that's what
So
I'm
we're
talking
up
about.
above it there.
That's what I'm talking about. Wow. And I bet you the
It's
air smelled
way
great.
up in the mountains.
I
It's
bet you the
way up
air
in the. It
smelled so
is.
good.
Oh yeah, no, it was
Of
and
course.
the springs. We've got fresh springs and lots of crazy, dogs
There
walking
you
around,
go.
cats walking around. But
Those experiences, and I'm just gonna say this. Those experiences, that's what it's all about. You can't get any better than those amazing experiences, being exposed to
yeah.
different cultures and different ways of life, and it just expands you to do that. and
Hmm.
and I highly suggest that. Do you know we were speaking some points on the US too, and we won't get into that right now, but I will say this. They said the US out of all the countries has the least passports. So that to me
65% of Americans do not hold
passports. So
passports.
that to
65
me contributes to the I'm going to say this, the closed
mm,
mindedness.
yeah.
Yes.
And
Don't get anywhere. Yeah.
Even more African Americans do not have passports.
Right. No,
I
we have to
gave,
travel.
yeah, we gave our kids passports when they graduated high school. We're like, we paid for the
Wow.
first 10 years. So our son went to not during school, but during school, he went to like, so he, during the summer, because like you couldn't come home and just hang out for the summer. You need to work. So he
Right.
decided because he went to culinary school.
Right.
So but he's been to, like he did one summer in Puerto Rico, which is American, and also did one summer in
Hmm.
Alaska, which is American. He worked
American.
for Disney
Right.
one summer. But after he got out of school and meeting friends and working in the culinary field, he has gone and he's now a culinary photojournalist. He's a food photographer, and him and his wife also own they're both chefs, so they own an edibles business,
Wow.
and they have a recipe book out too. So it teach people about terpenes and how to make butter and all those things, and how to measure your milligrams so you don't get too, too
Right.
over the top. He but he's been to Japan,
Hmm.
he's been to Paris,
Right.
he's been to Osaka. He's been a few other, he's been like two or three places. And then our daughter, she went to school for dance, and within school, she went to Israel for 3 weeks while she
Wow.
was in school. And then out of school, she's been to Paris and
Wow.
Montpellier. And then out of school, she's also been to South Africa. And
Wow.
so she's not even 30 yet. And she's,
Yes.
and my son's just 34. So they have been like their mama, just,
Yep. Globetrotters.
so yeah.
Globetrotters.
Yeah. And I encourage that. Yeah.
Yes.
I encourage that for them to do that. So,
And see, we're aligned in that because our daughter, she's 15 now. She's had a passport
okay.
for probably the past 7 years. Yeah,
Hmm.
since 6 years old, we've been taking her to different countries, and we
Yes.
stopped
It's
through
so
Paris.
good.
Yeah, we stopped through Paris once. We didn't come out of the airport, but we stopped there on the way to Mauritius off the coast of Africa.
Yes, I
So
haven't
she's
been to
been there.
Mauritius either.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh. How many countries have you guys been to?
I can't, not nearly as many as you, but I don't
I don't
know, maybe
know.
about 15, maybe.
Okay, yeah, I just
Yeah.
hit 33.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just
I'm
hit
not. I want
33.
to get there. See, that's my goal. See, now you're my new hero now. So hey, I'm gonna start telling my wife. I'm gonna say, hey, look, we got to get some more stamps on our passport, like Taylor. We do.
Yeah,
Just
oh
be like,
please,
who's
yeah. And they
Taylor? And
don't
be
even
like,
stamp it half the time now. They
yeah,
just let you kind of go in, and
yep. So
now
now
they get fingerprints.
if I can remember when I touch down somewhere else, I'm gonna give you a shout out. Hey, Taylor, now I'm here. Okay, that's 16
Yes.
now.
There's an app called Countries Been you can download to your phone,
Right.
and you put
Okay.
in all the countries
Country's
that you've
been.
been in.
Okay.
Countries Been, yeah, TRIES, Countries Been. You download to your phone. You put in all the cities you've been to in the world. You put in all the countries you've been to in the world, and then you put in the ones that you want to go to, and it comes up on the map like it comes up on the. It'll show you the world map, and it'll come up in color. So I
Okay.
haven't even added
Yeah,
Morocco yet, but
I'm texting this to me so I can check it out.
you're texting it to yourself.
Yeah, I'm texting it to
It's kind of
myself because
funny,
I
but
really want to check it out. Hmm.
the interesting thing is, I think the put it, first time I did, I think I had been to like to 22 countries. It was like 11%. I'm like, I've been to 22 countries. And it was like, that's only 11% of the world. I'm like, wait, what? I've been
Yep.
nowhere.
Right.
11%. I'm still at 11%, even at
Right.
30 something countries.
Right. Yeah.
11%. That's
11%.
it.
The world is a big place.
There are 197 countries. It
Countries.
is really a big place.
Yep. And if I
So
can, I want to touch all of them. You know.
I know, I don't know. I got more doors closed behind me than I have opening in front of me, but I'm going to try because now that I'm here in
Right.
Europe, it's pretty easy to get to a lot of
Get to a
countries.
lot of
And
countries. Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's Google Flights
Right.
where you put in where you are, and when it comes to where you're going, you
Right.
just say like everywhere, and then it'll tell you all the places you can get to from where you are and
Oh
the
wow.
price, and it'll
Right.
just go from closest to furthest out.
Oh
So
wow.
like going to Morocco was like $80 round trip.
Whoa, what? See,
Yeah.
see,
Yeah, I can get to
stop
Slovenia
it.
for less
You
than
gonna have me
about
rethink.
$100 round trip.
Yeah,
Italy.
you gonna have me rethinking my whole life. Stop it. Okay, Tyler, Taylor, tell us
Yes.
about you're an author. So tell us about some of your books or some of your works.
Well, the first book I wrote, which was many, many, many years ago, which was What's a Girl to Do in a Big City When She Can't Dance, When Stripping is Not an Option.
Okay. All
And
right.
that was a self-help book for women.
Okay.
But that was so many years ago. But my most recent book, an African American Guide to Ethical Non-Monogamy. Here it is.
Okay. Okay.
All right. The how, why, and with whom to explore your expanding love style. So
Mm,
the book
okay.
itself is meant to be a guide. People who might be trying to, they've thought about ethical non-monogamy, they don't know much about it. They've heard some things, they've seen some podcasts, and this kind of gives you a little bit more information on the different ways to be ethically non-monogamous, right? People kind of know polygamy, but they mix it up with polygyny. But under the umbrella of ethical non-monogamy, you have open relationships where it's kind of like a don't ask, don't tell, where one or both parties of the relationship could decide to explore with someone else romantically and or sexually.
Right.
Swinging relationships where people are emotionally monogamous but physically non-monogamous. And there's
Okay.
different ways to explore that.
Right.
Polygamy is just to have more than one spouse, but polygyny, which is one husband with more than one wife.
Mm, like a
Traditional
king.
polygyny is what a lot of us know, which is the religious form, Muslims or Mormons, right? The
Right.
women are not typically romantically or intimately involved with each other. More modern polygyny, a lot of times they are. You have polyandry, which is my preferred love style, which is one wife with more than one husband.
Mm.
So there are places in
Queen.
the world, huh?
I said like a
Would you say?
queen.
Well, yes, I am a goddess. And, but that, so polyandry still exists in the world today, always has been around just as long as polygyny has been around in
Right.
places like Nepal. A lot of times the women marry brothers, meaning the brothers are related, not her
Right.
brother,
Right. Right.
because it's a way to keep the land in the family. Some places in Nigeria, South America, and China. So polyandry is still exists to this day.
Mm,
And then you have polyamory, which is to have more than one romantic relationship at the same time with all parties knowing and consenting. So those are the
right.
main ways, but there's lots of ways to be ethically non-monogamous. So the book does also cover for African Americans the history, not only the history of marriage, but the history of African American marriage. A lot of us don't know that when we were brought here to the United States, I'm not there now, but when we were brought to the United States, a lot of the women and men were already married. They got married at 14 or
Right.
15 years old. That's culturally what you did. Polygyny was a thing. Polyandry was a thing. And then we were brought to the United States. And not only were we, torn apart,
Right.
we were bred, we were treated like animals. So our
Mm,
own culture was taken from us. So I cover that. And I also cover what happened after the Civil War when we decided to then try to become citizens, even though the men on the plantation might have been loaned out for 2 years. And then on that other plantation, he had another woman because that slave owner wanted more babies because that was
right.
property.
Right.
And then you go to the Freedmen's Bureau to become citizens after the war, and they're like, you can't do that heathen stuff you did on the plantation.
Right.
And if you had 4 children with this one and 2 with that one, then they would tell, well, you can't be with the one with 2 children, and that woman would just be left alone.
Mm,
No
wow.
job,
Wow.
no property, no protector. She'd end up back on the plantation, because that's all she could do,
Mm,
right? We talk about the sexual stereotypes in the book as well. The companion book to the African American Guide to Ethical Non-Monogamy is the workbook. Yeah. This is the
okay.
workbook. So this has exercises and tools for navigating non-monogamy through radical honesty, emotional awareness, and authentic communication. So there are prompts in there, there's journaling. So you can do the book as an individual. You can do the book as a couple or a throuple or a polycule. So it just depends on, so let's say if you were a single man and you're like, well, I want to be able to live this lifestyle and have these relationships and I want to be as knowledgeable as I can be, because both books can be used or read separately, but they also go very well together. You would go through the workbook, and then let's say you met a woman and she was like, well, I'm interested as well. You go back to the book together
Right.
and fill out the part that the couple would fill out, or the multi-partner relationship would fill out, so that you could then, so that she herself can educate herself and she's not getting information just from you.
Okay.
And then you guys could answer those questions. I also have an ethical non-monogamy quiz, which is on my website, and it's free. So most people are like, I'm monogamous. Like, okay. And some people are like, well, I don't know. I'm thinking. You can take the quiz and it'll kind of tell you which way you lean, which type of ethical non-monogamy that you might fit your thought process. Because, being polygynous, one husband with more than one wife, is different than being polyamorous, where your woman might also have male companions and romantic. And some men are like, no,
Yeah.
I'm not
Uh,
interested in that. And
right.
it's not a matter of right or wrong. It's just a matter of different.
Choice,
It's
perspective.
just a matter of
Yes.
choice.
Yeah.
And
Right.
there's even a digital card set called "Say It Like You Mean It." 50 radical questions to help improve your communication. So you could download it to your phone. You could pull cards and start asking each other's about things like, how do you feel with regards to your culture? Is it important that your partner is of similar culture to you? How do you feel about boundaries and setting
Right.
boundaries? And how do you handle stress and emotion? So it just gives people a chance to ask questions that they may not have thought of
Wow.
initially. So sooner than, 5 years in.
Amazing.
So
Amazing. Thank you for sharing that with us.
thank you.
Last but not least, your website, could you tell us what that is? That's
It is organic lovin',
right.
LOVEN.com.
.com. Yes, and I'll
Yeah.
be sure to incorporate all of your links, your Facebook group, your
Okay.
Instagram and TikTok, X, YouTube.
You got
I'll,
it. I gave you everything.
yes, I will incorporate that into the description of this segment as well. So,
Okay.
yes, amazing. Yeah, we can talk all day, but unfortunately, we're running out of time. But thank you again, Taylor, for
Thank you
being
so
here and
much,
for
Luke.
sharing your incredible journey. Your wow, just yeah, your perspectives, your choices, just educating. Because we don't know. Oftentimes, see what I pride myself on. One of the things I pride myself in regards to this platform is, I can hear something, right? And if
Yeah,
and I can make a judgment, but am I making an educated judgment? So let me hear,
true.
you know, I want to hear people's perspectives. Maybe it's something that right off the bat some people won't agree with or whatever, but I don't think that everyone agrees on one thing anyways. That's the
No, no.
beauty
And
of this world. So
it's the beauty of this world.
I'm thankful that you came on here and added some clarity to, and that's why I wanted you here. And I'm thankful that you could add some clarity to
Well,
to things that
I
I don't know about.
appreciate.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I appreciate you, having me, give me an opportunity to speak to your audience. And
absolutely.
I am not against monogamy.
Right,
I
right,
think everyone should have the relationship that is best for them. And that's also why I offer people an opportunity. If they're like, I just have a question, they can call me for free. They can book a
right.
free clarity call. When they go to the website, they'll find that under the coaching section. It's like, I
Absolutely.
just have questions, and they
Absolutely.
can do free 20 minutes. So I offer that so that people can get clarity for themselves, because a lot of people don't have anyone to talk to. Who are you going to
Right,
talk to about this?
right. Or there's
You
certain
know?
things that are in people's heads and they're afraid to let them out, and
Yeah.
no, it's like, hey. So yes, thank you again, Taylor. I
Thank
appreciate
you
you.
so
I,
much.
I appreciate everyone for watching and or listening. Be sure to hit that like button, that subscribe button. Share this. Not only help the platform grow, but get this information out there. Yes, help people become aware, educate. Yes, love and appreciation to everyone. Until next time, enlighten, empowered, evolved. See you soon.